Alright, hi. Welcome to Opposite Over Adjacent, the show where we're constantly on a tangent.
I'm Cassidy Mead.
I'm Cathy Rogers.
And I'm Lucas Svensson.
And welcome to our second episode. Today it's all about Harry Potter. First, we're going to be doing our Harry Potter houses. We're on Pottermore. We're going to do the questions, get the answers, and see what our houses are at the end. And after that, we're just going to talk about Harry Potter and have fun with it. So let's get started. All of us have our Pottermore quizzes opened up. So first question, forest or river? Personally, I would say river.
Mine is moon or stars, gonna be honest. I like stars, because that means each one has its own little solar system, and that's pretty neat.
Yeah. And then Lucas?
That was deep. I got forest or river, and I'm picking river.
Okay.
Alright. A troll has gone berserk in the headmaster's study, blah blah blah. Which order do you save? Records, a cure for dragonpox, and a mysterious book of runes. I'm gonna go a dragonpox, or a cure for dragonpox, runes, and then records.
I got late at night, walking alone down the street, you hear a peculiar cry that you believe to have a magical source. What do you do? Draw your wand and stand your ground. Withdraw into the shadows to await developments while mentally reviewing the most appropriate defensive and offensive spell should trouble occur. That was a mouthful. Draw your wand and try to discover the source of the noise. Or proceed with caution, keeping one hand on your concealed wand and an eye out for disturbance. I am probably going to say the withdraw into the shadows.
Fun. Very spooky. Mine is a long one. It's one of your housemates has cheated in a Hogwarts exam by using a self-spelling quill. Now he has come to the top of the class in charms, beating you into second place. Professor Flitwick is suspicious of what happened. He draws you to one side after his lesson, asks you whether or not your classmate used a forbidden quill. What do you do? All of them are like variations of like, oh, tell him or don't tell him, whatever. I'm going to say lie and say you don't know, but hope that somebody else tells Professor Flitwick the truth, because as much as I love honesty, I also love not getting cut up for being a snitch. So, that was mine.
After you have died, what would you most like people to do when they hear your name? Ask for more stories about your adventures. Miss you but smile. Think with admiration of your achievements. I don't care what people think of me after I'm dead. It's what they think of me while I'm alive that counts. I'm choosing ask for more stories about my adventures.
That's pretty cool.
Tell me about the time you kissed out Mr. Overly.
I've got once every century the flutterby bush produces flowers that adapt their scent to attract the unwary. If it lured you, it would smell of the sea, home, a crackling log fire, no, or fresh parchment. Oh fuck. I guess the sea, because I'm always salty. Fuck, is the sea salty?
Yes,
Oh
Cassidy.
yeah, okay, I got it right. Shut up. Cathy, your turn.
Is the sea salty?
Okay. Mine is, what are you most looking forward to learning at Hogwarts? And it's like transfiguration, teleportation, or like apparition, secrets about the castle, flying on a broomstick, basic stuff. I want to know about hexes and jinxes, because you know what? You might want to get in a fight.
You want to get a fight. Okay, that's fine words, Cathy. Okay.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Lucas, what does your question say?
If you could have any power, which would you choose? Invisibility, the power to speak to animals, superhuman strength, the power to change your appearance at will, or the power to read minds, or to change the past. I'm choosing that one.
What? Lame.
That's
Okay,
Steve
Steve
missing-
Rogers.
Oh my god. Talk about messing with the timeline. I trusted, feared, envied, imitated, or praised. Ooh, praised. Praised all the way. Cathy, your turn.
Okay. All right. 4 boxes are placed in front of you. Which would you try to open? A gleaming jet black box with a silver locking key marked with a mysterious rune you know to be of the mark of Merlin. a small pewter box, small and plain, scratched with a message that reads, "I only open for the worthy," a small tortoiseshell box that probably has a small animal inside, an ornate golden casket standing on clawed feet, whose inscription warns that both secret knowledge and unbearable temptation lie within. Gonna be honest. Haha, that Merlin one sounds pretty big.
It does.
It says you enter an enchanted garden. What would you be most curious to examine first? The fat red toadstools that appear to be talking to each other, the bubbling pool in the depths of which something luminous is swirling, the silver-leafed tree bearing golden apples, or the statue of an old wizard with a strangely twinkling eye, and I'm gonna say the bubbling pool.
I have given the choice, would you rather invent a potion that would guarantee you glory, love, power, or wisdom? Oh, wisdom. I'm never messing with love like that because then I'm like, do they really love me or was it the potion?
Late at night, you're walking alone down the street. You hear a particular cry to believe to have a magical source. Same thing as Lukas. I might do what Lukas did and withdraw into the shadows and await developments while mentally reviewing the appropriate and offensive spells should trouble occur.
A barn owl, a harlequin toad, ginger cat, tawny owl, dragon toad, white cat, oh gosh, jack toad, common toad, Siamese cat, snowy owl, tabby cat, black cat. I'm not even gonna read the rest. I'm gonna go with that black cat.
Ooh, very witch-esque. I have the same question. I'm not gonna read through all of them. Since owls scare me and they have claws, not that cats don't, but like they have like talons, like I'm gonna pick probably the white cat because white cats are really cute. Oh wow, that was a shallow answer.
After I died, how would you most like people to respond when they hear your name? I'm gonna say, miss me but smile.
Which would you rather be? Liked, trusted, feared, envied, imitated, praised? I want to be liked.
Okay, so my question is, if you could have any power, which would you choose? The power to read minds? No. The power to change the past? No way. The power of invisibility? That's a possibility. To speak to animals? Superhuman strength? To change your appearance at will? Ooh. Change your appearance or superhuman strength are very tempting. But I guess speak to animals because I always speak to my dog and I feel like I don't know if I'm actually making any sense to him, so that'd be really cool. Cathy, your turn.
It's the same pet question. I'm gonna say maybe a ginger cat. Wait, no, because cat hair would get everywhere. I'm not feeling that. Siamese cat, because those are cool.
It asks black or white, and I'm gonna say based on the two colors or the two shades that are here, I want to go with white.
Racist. Just kidding.
I have the exact same question, and I'm gonna go black because why not?
Okay, left or right?
I'm gonna go. You still have a question?
It's my last one, I think.
Okay.
I'm gonna go right because that's the hand I write with. Click. I'm so mad. Oh, okay. Listen. I want to give a preface. Okay, I need you to understand. Right? Okay. Okay.
She's mad because she got Gryffindor.
I got Gryffindor. I don't think you understand. This is my third time getting Gryffindor.
Is it possible that you are a Gryffindor?
Dude, I'm not a Gryffindor. I'm a Slytherin. I know it from my heart. I have a sweater to prove it. Bro, I don't think Gryffindors are so annoying, and yes, I know, I too am annoying, but not like this. Not like this.
I got Slytherin.
I'm gonna choke you out. Hey, look at this slut. Leave the both eyes open.
You're not gonna guess what I got.
I'm gonna choke you up. I'm gonna choke you and you will die.
I'm not gonna lie, I really thought
I'm gonna go David Tennant and Jessica Jones on you.
That's intense.
I really thought I was gonna get Hufflepuff, just because
Ho's mad. Ho's mad.
just because I don't know. I don't think I belong in Slytherin, but also
You
I'll
don't.
take it.
No.
Okay. Wow, I'm getting booted out of my own house.
You know what? I think. You know what? I think.
What do you think, Cathy?
I think if you gave too many conflicting answers and it doesn't know where to put you, I think it puts you in Gryffindor. And I don't know what that means for you, but there's no way I'm in the same house with an annoying chemistry teacher. I know it. I know it.
Is Miss Head a Gryffindor?
No, freaking Rogers.
Oh, that's rough.
I'm angry.
I can tell. Okay, well now that we have our houses, I mean, I'm fine with being Slytherin. Green's a cute color. That's really all I got for house stuff. I mean, yeah. Cathy, other
Mad.
than your, I could guess you're mad. Lucas, do you have anything to say about being Slytherin?
Sucks to suck, Cathy.
You know what?
Ooh.
Hey,
Ooh.
hey. I'm gonna be at Comic-Con. Post up.
Oh no.
Bet. Meet me outside the Brooklyn Nine-Nine precinct. I will fight you.
Let's go.
Okay, and I'll just be the one sitting at home live streaming their fight. Yeah. Okay. So we've done our houses. What?
Wait. Okay. I'm like doing the thing where it's like choose your favorites just because I want to do it. They had Colin Creevy and my heart hurts.
Colin Creevy. That was my favorite character when I was younger.
It hurts. They have Credence Barebone. And now.
So Cathy.
Hmm.
Not tell us about Harry Potter, but like, what do you want to talk about?
Okay. I got 4 mini little topics, little tidbits, little things I want to scream. I want to talk about Dumbledore because people get him wrong, and I got some things to say. I want to talk about Hogwarts houses, although I kind of did, but like, you know.
Go for it.
I want to talk about J.K. Rowling, and I want to talk about the new Harry Potter game called Wizards Unite. Where should we start?
Can we start with J.K. Rowling because?
Okay, listen.
Boy.
I know you're expecting me to say like J.K. Rowling's in the wrong for doing fake diversity and listen. This is not the part I'm mad about. Am I annoyed? Duh, who's not? The part I'm mad about is that she's giving us all this content that we don't want, but what the good content is staring her right in the face. Like, listen to me. I need you to listen real close. We need more other content. I want to know more about James Potter and Sirius Black and Remus Lupin. I don't care about Peter Pettigrew. I don't care. I want to see him get bullied. But I do want to see Remus Lupin as a child. Because I think that's pretty sick.
Seconded.
And there's literally so much that could be done there. Like,
I want more Nymphadora.
You want more talks?
Yeah.
I love her.
Oh,
she's in there great.
If the rest of the Fantastic Beasts movies do not elaborate on Dumbledore and Grindelwald, I'm not going to see them.
You know what? I have a bone to pick about those movies too, especially the second one. Cause okay, so you know how it's like Dumbledore is way older than everyone, and how it takes place in 1920 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why was Minerva a full-grown adult? She wasn't even born yet.
I don't know.
I remember reading that online. I do not have the energy to address
Minerva McGonagall should not be there. She should not be a teacher yet. Her mother didn't even have her yet, bro.
I mean, maybe there's a reason. Maybe there's a weird magic reason
Rowling,
that they
post up.
I will never complain about more Minerva McGonagall, but that is weird.
I love Minerva, and that's what gets me mad, because I love her so much. She's such a great character. The only bad thing she's ever done in her entire life was being mean to Slytherins. Where are my rights? But like, I'm sorry. Like, okay, that's another thing. When it was the Battle of Hogwarts, and she was like, "Oh yeah, all the Slytherins go to the dungeon. Everyone else, let's fight for freaking Hogwarts. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
What's wrong
You're
with
putting
them?
innocent students in the dungeon."
I don't know. They're whack.
Old. Anyway, but like she shouldn't be there. Like I know that like her character's supposed to be like really old, but she's not Dumbledore old. So there's no reason why she should be a full-grown adult. You
I
know?
mean, yeah, that makes sense.
They strayed way off the topic. J.K. Rowling, give us what we want. Give us Marauder content. Here has like read Cursed Child or been lucky enough to see it, but it got really weird. Like really weird.
I know my friend Gabe, our friend Gabe, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
has read Cursed Child. Oh, and that brings me to another point. I just found out a couple weeks back. I didn't know this before, but in the original books, Hermione was black.
Why'd you? Oh, you know what? You know why she might have changed it?
Why?
She couldn't get the Sorcerer's Stone published for a long time.
Right.
So she probably changed it. But still, sis, why you hopping out about it now? Should have been done when the movie was made.
Get it, Cathy?
Yeah.
I'm turning into John Ralphio because I'm just heated.
People talk about the new Sonic movie, saying it looks bad because of the design. I think it just looks bad because John Ralphio's voice annoys me.
Wait, John Ralphio's Sonic?
Yes.
No way. I didn't even recognize him.
Ben Schwartz. But I like him in DuckTales, so.
I feel like this is giving me the same vibe as when like I learned that Matthew Gray Goobler from Criminal Minds was the one that voiced Simon for the Chipmunks. So.
What the hell?
You mean Matthew Gray Goobler from Simon, who is Simon and Alvin and the Chipmunks, was in Criminal Minds?
Yes.
All right. So what's next? I mean, this kind of has to do with J.K. Rowling, but like Dumbledore. Listen.
Our ears are open, Cathy. What about Dumbledore?
Okay, Dumbledore has the potential to be good representation. I know some people are like, this is forced. Why is he gay? Why not make it a new character? Blah blah blah. Listen. He has the potential of being good representation in the past. I don't care how and if him and Grindelwald got it on. I don't care.
I mean, I kind of care. If they cast Jude Law, I want to see that.
Stop it now. Anyways. Oh, by the way, Evan Peters totally should have been young Grindelwald, but that's another story.
Ew.
What? Did you just say ew?
Oh no. Another fight is
Yeah.
gonna come through.
No. I don't mean Johnny Depp Grindelwald. I mean when it's them in the Mirror of Erised.
Okay.
Like that should be Evan Peters. No.
They just gave it to some random kid, right?
Yeah. Well, like respects, props for young actors, but still, you know.
Okay.
But what I was saying is he has the potential of being good representation as long as it's not forced, flamboyant, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Like, same thing with Dark Phoenix, how it was like, not a spoiler by the way, it like forced representation. I hate that. Where it's like, there's a part where, what's her name? I feel so bad. Mystique.
Oh, and it's the X-Women, right?
Yes, she said, oh, you might want to change the name from X-Men to X-Woman, because we're always the ones saving you. And I was like, okay, move on. Because it's not the men are saving the women. It's you could have just said, maybe you should think about changing the name from X-Men, and then just left. Like, you didn't have to rub it in my face. I get what you were trying to say. I'm not stupid.
I really thought that scene was really cool up until that line that came out of nowhere.
Yes! I loved her getting mad at Professor X. And my mom was like, yes, get him. Because we all know Professor X is not that great of a guy.
Yeah. Magneto is right.
Magneto sometimes is right.
I'm ashamed to say I've not seen a full X-Men movie.
You know what, sis? I was with you. I was. Cause it's
Just
not
watch
good.
First
Oh my
class. That's
god.
all you need.
Wait, we should have a whole nother episode dedicated to Dark Phoenix, because now it's all coming back to me. So
Wonderful.
like I think I'm pretty sure Lucas vibes with me on this, but like, oh my god. Because if you know the story of like the Phoenix, not even the Dark Phoenix, like if you know the Phoenix saga, you know, like
I
there's
started
so
that before the movie came out, and they just couldn't do that. No
Dude,
matter what, they couldn't do
no
that
matter
on screen, and that makes me mad.
because of how they set up Jean Grey, there is no way that they could have done the Phoenix saga properly. There's no way that they could have got it from the comic books and put it on screen because they messed up so many things, like her age, the relationships, characters involved, just like location, relation to her parents, everything was so messed up. But they could have gotten specific elements and put it into the movie, and that's what I wanted because she doesn't start out as the Dark Phoenix. She starts out as Phoenix Force because the Phoenix is like the epitome of life and power, not darkness, you know?
Yeah.
Cassidy would be like, okay, You know what? What was two things that I really liked about that movie though? Well, more three. I
Go for
liked Scott Summers swearing because that was everything.
it.
Um, I liked Nightcrawler. They did Nightcrawler pretty good in this because in X-Men Apocalypse they made him whiny. They made him a tag along. They made him a crybaby, and I was like, no, Nightcrawler is so much more than this. And then they did him some justice in Dark Phoenix. And then I also liked, okay, spoiler warning, Cassidy, have you seen it?
No, but I also don't care, so.
Okay, so spoiler warning. There's this one part that was like, it's really bad. It's really bad. I'm pretty sure Lucas knows where I'm going with this, but it was making me laugh so hard. But it was just so bad because there's a part where she's talking to Professor X, and Professor X is out of his wheelchair and he's on the floor and he's like, Jean, no, and she's like overcome with the Dark Phoenix, and she's like, walk to me, and she uses her like little telekinetic powers to like make his legs walk up the stairs to her. Like that's so bad. But it was so funny.
That's really an event. That
Sorry for lunch.
it's not funny. It's not funny.
Anyways, yeah, that's Dark Phoenix.
That sounds amazing, and that makes me want to watch the movie.
Yeah. Dark Phoenix is really a dumpster fire. Oh yeah, and it doesn't even make sense within the canon of like the X-Men universe in like the cinema. Like, okay, another spoiler warning. I know you probably don't care. Okay. She dies at the end.
Wait. In the Phoenix movie?
Yes, she dies at the end. Yes.
Oh my god. It's okay.
But no, the thing is, the movie takes place in the past, and we've seen the future/present, and she's there. How was she there if she died? You know?
Yeah, that doesn't make any freaking sense.
Like,
okay.
You know,
I feel like you have to be careful when you are trying to kill off a character, especially one that's important to plot, because she was one of like the main characters, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a difference between putting them to rest nicely and giving them an unsatisfying or confusing ending. I won't use any examples, Tony. I won't call out anybody. The Russo brothers.
I'm so glad I didn't hear an example there.
Yeah, there was no example there. Crazy. But
Because if I did hear one, you'd be wrong.
Oh, hold on. Wait, let me whip out my seltzer water. Let's go.
sorry, would I be wrong, or would I just be professing all the right things? Because I think I'd be pretty right now.
It sounds pretty wrong.
Anyways, you're never gonna get the $100, and I think you're just bitter about that. Anyways,
I do accept checks.
Talking about a character that had a debatably good ending, depending on what your standpoint is. Captain America stands don't have that pleasure.
Cathy,
Hmm.
for the people dying thing, do you think that was the right way to kill her? Ignoring whether or not she was in the future, do you think that was a good way to kill her off?
Listen, if they had done it in the future, it defies the comics. It doesn't go along with anything. It's, it seemed like a peaceful ending because she did it herself. She did it to save the universe. She did it to save whatever. So, in some cases, if you take away everything from the story, from the plot line, and ask, is this a good way to get rid of a character? Sure. But the issue is, why would you kill her off when you know damn well there are some movies made that is tied to this specific movie that she is in, located in the future, when we're in the 60s, and you kill her out? Because I think how they did the Infinity Saga, like how they did all that movies, they should 100% do that with X-Men, or give them a show. Like how they did with Defenders, and I've only watched Jessica Jones or partial part of season 1 because I'm not done with it. But like the way that they did that, so that way they could get that accurate like character development, accurate setting, accurate depiction of the plot, whatever. Because Dark Phoenix has a lot of interwoven plot.
I think that they should have an X-Men miniseries, and I think that I really enjoy how Phase 4 is going to be its own complete story. And I'm really looking forward to that.
Because what's it called? There's so many like interwoven parts of the Phoenix Saga. Like you have the Shi'ar Empire, you have Sword, which is a galactic version of Shield, which honestly pretty great. You have like that.
Far from home spoilers. Far from home spoilers at the end of that
movie. Kind
of,
maybe, almost. But like, I don't know. I feel like they could just do so much good with the Phoenix story, not even just Dark Phoenix, just like the Phoenix itself. Because it just mixes up a whole bunch of stuff. It includes the Avengers. It includes Inhumans, probably. It has, like, I think Guardians are in there. It's crazy. I kind of want to talk about Wizards Unite because I have many feelings about it.
Okay. I have played one of the Harry Potter like apps, like be a wizard and go through it. I don't know if it was Wizards Unite, but I know it was like the first app where it was like, like you're supposed to like.
Were you playing the one that's like similar to Episode?
Yeah.
Okay, I played that and I got bored.
Me too.
Wizards Unite is like Pokemon Go.
Oh, that sounds better. Because sorry, I just have beef to pick with the very first one because how long you had to wait for those freaking missions were so dumb.
Yes.
I know it's supposed to be like, oh, gets them coming back, but no, it just makes people bored and forget and not want to go back because you get minimal satisfaction for finishing it, and then you have to wait 9 hours to get that minimal satisfaction. Like, what? Like, I don't think there's a person on this earth who's finished that damn game. Anyways, sorry. There's a new app?
Yes, Wizards Unite. Let me give you the rundown. Wizards Unite is similar to Pokemon Go in that it's a location-based game where instead of Pokemon, you find foundables. And so essentially what these foundables are sections of magical moments or people from the past that have been taken from their original place and put near you, which needs to be found, thus the name Foundable. Essentially, your position is you are someone who works for the ministry who's trying to keep the statute of secrecy intact. So you go around and you try to find these And instead of using Pokeballs, you would use spell energy. And instead of like either throwing a curveball or like tossing it at them, you make a look or you trace a shape onto your screen, and it'll have like Finite or Accio or Augmente, uh, or Augmenti, and like it's the same thing in Pokemon Go, blah blah blah. You get it or you don't, and instead of a Pokedex, you have like this thing. You have a registry, and there's like different events and blah blah blah, a whole bunch of stuff. It has an RPG element. So like I was saying, there is a mystery portion.
Mhm.
Part of the game is like you try to find out what happened to a couple of wizards called the something five, can't remember. But you try to figure
Mhm.
out what happened to them by finding foundables who have attached stuff on them, and it's this whole thing. Anyway, my thing that was like my whole point of Wizards Unite. It's a good game and it's fun, but it's just so confusing. Like I'm pretty sure anyone who was listening to me like ramble on about that game is like, what the hell is she even talking about at this point? There's so
Mhm.
many factors that go into this game. How am I supposed to understand this? I know. That's part of the reason why I'm like going nuts so about it. Cause
I
it's
mean,
not
yeah, it sounds confusing. Like,
it's a fun game and
yeah.
whatever. And there's like a whole bunch of like mini things. Like if you're like essentially your class, like you have like lessons and you need like scrolls and books and to pay for it, and it's just a whole bunch, you know.
Yeah.
It's a
Like,
whole lot of stuff.
too much?
And I yeah, and I wish that they like introduced it over time, you know.
Mhm.
um and that they didn't just throw it all at you at once, because
Yeah.
if you're like me and you don't really care about the character dialogue and stuff, because that's the thing too. That's the thing. Whenever you have an achievement or something, they'll be like Harry Potter or like Constance Pickering, which is like an OC or whatever. They'll show up and they'll be like, blah blah blah. Here's a very boring explanation of this new achievement or whatever. And
Mhm.
I know absolutely well, no one's here for that. They just want to play the damn game. But it's hard to play
Yeah.
the game when you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like app developers sometimes they're like, "Oh, we want to include like all these little like Easter eggs." But then the Easter eggs just like either they get lost in the midst of everything else or they're just not that actually satisfying.
Yeah. Or it's like stuff that you're not even caring about anymore because it's just so much all at once.
Yeah.
Like I can appreciate that you put thought into the content and that there's so much like there.
Mhm.
But Lord of mercy, is it so much all at once, you know?
It really is. So do you have anything else you want to talk about? Harry Potter wise?
I mean, that was essentially it. And the fact that I'm not a Gryffindor. Let's get that straight first and foremost.
I'm sorry. I thought I heard you say I am a Gryffindor.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No, I really heard you say I am a Gryffindor.
Mm, okay, anyways, I guess that's the end of this episode.
Yeah. Okay. So that was our podcast. Lucas had to leave because somehow, even though we're doing nothing with our summer, we're also constantly busy. So
Yes.
crazy.
Alright,
Um
this is the end.
okay. Thank you so much for listening. We will talk to you next time. Bye.